Hey, my name is Holdy. I wanted to do this video because I really enjoyed making the Altars of Apostasy cover, and I kind of wanted to go over like what went into that. So I have my Reaper project open right here. Um, this is everything that I used in it. You see, we've got quite a few tracks. Main ones that we want to focus on: drums, which are Modern and Massive 2. I'm just using a preset, I believe. Yeah, I'm using Metal Kit 1, and I'm running that into one of my favorite compressor plugins, Fetish by Analog Obsession, is just great. Sorry, I don't know if you could hear that, but yeah, Fetish, Analog Obsession. I'm running about, what was it, 6 to 1, very slow attack, fast release, just give it that punch. A little bit off the wet side, so it's get a little bit of that original sequel. A little bit of that original signal punching through. Um, yeah, I've got that running into basic re-AQ, boosting some sub, cutting for the bass and guitars, uh, boosting a little bit around here probably for the snare, cutting here in the mids for the guitars, boosting the trebles just so you can hear those cymbals in the snare. Um, Ozone. Ozone just adds width. Just give it that width. KHS limiter. Love KHS. Um, really great. Just to make sure it doesn't pop, like it doesn't clip. And yeah, the drums sound pretty good. We have them. Sorry, I forgot I have to I can't solo anything without soloing my voice, but let me do that real quick. Um, yeah, so yeah, sounds great. Um, we're going to now look. I think that's enough for the drums. We're now gonna look at these guitars. I am for all these guitars. I'm running it. Whoa. Sorry, keep forgetting. I'm running it into a NAM neural amp. Oh, this one's just for tuning. I don't really. This doesn't really have a difference on the sound. I'm running it into a NAM. One of my favorite plugin. I'm running it into 5153 for the leads, into a rectifier. So it sounds pretty good. Not that much bass, not that much middle. A lot of treble, just so we can really get that gritty lead guitar sound. So it sounds a little bit like this. If it's gonna play, I might be of what? Oh, here we go. So you can hear the lack of bass and mids in there. It's very trebly. And then we got another. Let me pause this. We've got another fetish. Just pretty normal compression, just to make sure that it sounds coherent. Fast attack, slow release. Pretty heavy on this, 4-to-1 ratio. Then a reverb, just give it that space. It's a very big size, large width. Early, just get it bright. Low in the mix though, so it's kind of not noticeable. And then some EQ, just really kind of picking out what I want and what I don't. As you can see with that. Ozone, just give it space again. And yeah, that's kind of it for this. So let's move on. The solo guitars are actually the same, but I'll get to that later. Harmony guitars are also the same. So they're just pans left and right. So if I go on these, that example. So yeah, we have that. And then the rhythm guitars are, I believe, running through it's just simple EQ and NAM. The NAM, they're running through another 5150, but I think they're running through like a different cab or something. So they sound a little different. Also different, but a little bit more bass, more mids, a little bit less treble. And these are sometimes quad tracks, sometimes not. It depends on how the vibe of the song is. So right here, they're not quad tracked, they're just double. And then here, they'll become quad tracked once the, what's it called? I forget the name of the song, but this theme comes in. It's huge. And then we just this back to a double track. And then this part is one of my favorites. It gets super heavy when it goes right to this. Yeah, so it goes into the quad track. It goes in and out of that a lot. Here at the end of it is just double tracked, but we'll get to that later. Yeah, all these are relatively the same. Guitar LC and RC are kind of like in the middle. Yeah, and then the guitar effects is just kind of like the dive bombs and stuff. So we have that soloed out right here where it's just that, and then the right where the thing ends, it's gonna go like. That. Anyways, we're going to now take a look at some of the bass. The bass isn't super, super interesting. It's pretty normal. All things considered, the bass is pretty normal. Let me solo that back out again. It's not super complex here, but when you get to like the more tremolo bits. Let's see what we're running this into. Looks to be another neural amp modeler. Pretty simple. Bass driver 6505 into an Ampeg. Really great. I've been using like these presets for a while. A lot of bass, bit of middle, a lot of treble because we really want to hear it. Another fetish, just to this time it's a little bit punchier, slower attack, faster release. The needle's all the way back there, so we're making sure that it's got a little punch to it. And then this EQ is kind of like super kind of drastic. I'm cutting a lot of the lows just for the kick, and then boosting this bass frequency quite a bit. Cutting out the mids around 900 hertz, boosting a little bit of these highs around 3000, and then cutting the super highs just to make sure that we're not like getting a lot of pick noise, even though you can kind of hear it, but what's wrong with a little bit of pick noise? Gives it character. Yeah, so basically it goes through all the cycles. And then let's go. Oh yeah, these piano parts. Pain in the ass to figure out, but they sound pretty good. I wish they were a little louder in the final mix. That kind of bugs me. But we got just the basic piano loop right here. Let's take a look at these effects. We've got, this is the synth that I'm using. EQ, we're cutting out quite a bit of the lows. Boosting right around here, the trebles, I thought it would make it sound better. It did, but you just can't really hear it because the volume's so low. Reverb, make it sound a little larger. Yeah, that's it. Now let's get on to the other part. I'm going to unsolo. Yeah, right here is about where the tempo changes. We have a tempo change and a time signature change to like 2/4. So yeah, 120. Drums come in. And we've got a lot more to talk about here. Okay, so drums are going kind of haywire here. These were a pain in the ass to program, but they loop a lot, so it's not a huge deal. So like right here, we just have crazy 64th notes. Yeah, so pretty crazy drums right here. They sound great, honestly, in my humble opinion. But we have the guitar left and right that alternates between two. Oh, I'm not supposed to be recording. It alternates between two things. So. And then it goes more laid back solo better. And it goes back. And it fades out. Yeah, so that's cool and all, but that's not the main attraction. The solo, I did not have faith in me to do the full solo by itself, so I kind of cut it up into 3 bits. So I'm gonna solo both these, and we're gonna listen to them. My apologies. I learned it in like a night, so it's not great, but I'm more of a rhythm guitarist than a lead guitarist, so it's not amazing. But I'm surprised at how it turned out pretty okay, which is surprising. So let me. Oh crap. Let me. This. While we're doing that, I'm gonna look through these and see if we can find anything different. Not super different. Very much treble boosted. Same thing with the feathers. Add the delay. This is important. Yeah. A lot of tone. A lot of feedback. A lot of duck. It's pretty okay in the mix. Same EQ. Yeah, so I messed up right there, and I didn't want to have to redo that whole take, so I just kind of spliced it in. You can't really hear it when it's in the full thing, so like if I unsolo right now, I'll get into the harpsichord too, but I believe the reason that I split that is because I screwed up the bend. It was probably out of tune. I just really didn't want to do that, so I spliced in the better recording. Yeah, so let's get into the other stuff that's in here. We have a harpsichord, which is right here. It is the Castlevania. I looked it up. It's right up. Without the EQ, it sounds really bad. I thought this was funny. It sounds terrible, but then when you boost to the highs, it sounds like a harpsichord, and it sounds like the one in the recording. Yeah, so it's pretty simple. It just repeats the whole thing. And then we have the tube bells, which switch up a little bit. Yeah, so let's look at these. Another Halion Sonic preset, great. EQ, we're kind of boosting these near 318 and 122. We're cutting a little bit of the highs and a little bit of the lows, so it doesn't get super bad. I didn't know how to get the reverb, so it does sound a little muddy in the mix, but I think it sounds okay. Another thing, it switches up right here, so sounds a little muddy, but whatever. And then here's the fade out. The harpsichord comes in. Actually, the way I did that was I have everything except the harpsichord tracked onto this, and I just fade that out, and the harpsichord is just right there. Yeah. So I think that's it. Yeah, it was really fun to make. It was a little challenging, but I think I learned a lot along the way. Publishing something like this definitely helps with my confidence in my mixing skills, and it was a great experience. So yeah, thank you for watching. Thank you for letting me nerd out about all this. Um, yeah. All right. See ya.